Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be reviewing my August Shop My Stash and picking out my September items. So if that's something that you want to watch, then please stick around. So if you haven't been here before, my name is Catherine. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I truly appreciate it. And if you're not new here, well then welcome back. Today's video is going to be, if you haven't been here before, it's a Shop My Stash, which is basically my way of rotating through my makeup products as I consider myself a makeup collector and enthusiast. So I have a lot of different items, and so I kind of use this as an opportunity to rotate through things that haven't been, as much loved as it should be, as well as try to finish some products up. So each month I kind of review the month prior and then we pick out some new products. So starting with some things that I finished up. I finished up this Kaja, what do they call it? Dream Puff Radiant Mousse Primer. This was a really pretty primer that did just that. It was a radiant mousse primer. It was a really pretty kind of like champagne-y color. So finally was able to finish that bad boy up after a few months. Another item I finished up was the Ole Hendrickson Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. I was actually able to finish this up quite quickly, probably within about a month's time, because I finished this up within the middle of this month, and I think I started it the middle of last month. So this went pretty quickly. It was kind of expensive to only have that much product, but I do recommend this. It was really nice. Says vegan peptides, ceramides, and collagen. Basically does all the really nice things for your skin, and I did notice that it wasn't too greasy but still very moisturizing. So although expensive, I would recommend. Another product that I've been working on tirelessly is this Dr. Jart Cica Pear Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. Now, I will say, I didn't finish it all the way up, as you can see, but I do have suspicions that this was breaking me out because I was having a lot of bad breakouts. And once I stopped using this and kind of using something else, the breakouts went away. So I can't say for sure this was what was causing it, but I'm quite certain this is expired as well. So I am going to say goodbye to it finally. Another product, I had high hopes for this. I don't know why, but I did. This is the Flower Beauty Jet Set Invisible Powder Spray. So it's this kind of like really innovative type of powder that basically is in spray form. Like, I kind of equated it to dry shampoo for your face. This did nothing for me whatsoever. Like, I honestly felt like I was spraying it and like you could feel the air spraying on your face, but like couldn't see anything. I mean, I know it says it's invisible, but it didn't feel like it was doing anything. My skin is normal leaning oily, so I would not recommend this for anybody who is more oily than me or even as oily as me. This would best be suited for somebody who is maybe like dry as the Sahara. This might work for you, but other than that, I don't really see it working too well for other people, so I would pass on this one. Something that I thought I would finish, but I did not. I don't know if you can tell, but I mean, it has like this much left, and I truly thought I could finish this all up, but I didn't. So this even was in my July Shop My Stash, my August Shop My Stash. What I'm going to do, I will carry it over into September, which is something I typically don't do. I said that last time as well. But I would love to finish up another foundation, so this will rotate into September as well. And with high hopes that it does get finished. And because I was working on the Milani foundation, I barely used this Fenty Beauty. I think I used it once, honestly. You could tell that it doesn't have much left either. I probably think it's expired at this point, but I'm still gonna keep it around because I really do like this foundation. I think it's a shade a little too dark and yellow for me, but I can make it work with a little bit lighter concealer, kind of mixing that in as well. But this one will be taken out of my rotation. Another thing I thought I could finish within the month, and I actually have been kind of mixing this with the Milani and creating like my own little foundation. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Light Peach. This is almost all the way up. I'm at the point where I have to take the stopper out, but if you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's like I'm scraping the sides. So again, I will rotate this into my next one just to finish it up. I don't think it will take too many more uses, but this will go in September's as well. This next guy is the, what is this, I think it's Item Beauty by Addison Rae. I think that's the whole title. It's the Lash Snack Lengthening Mascara. I really, really enjoyed this mascara, and I've said it time before. I mean, like the wand is super teeny tiny because I like to consider myself pretty haphazard when it comes to mascara, and the tinier the wand, the easier it is for me to just slap it on my eyelashes without any like transfer or anything. And I do think it's a really great formula. I didn't notice any transfer, and I have some pretty oily eyelids. I didn't notice any transfer. The only thing that I started noticing is that because this is coming due, its life is coming to an end, it did start getting a little bit flaky on me at the end of the day, but overall I really did enjoy this formula and would recommend it to anybody. Again, I really like the wand because I have hooded eyes as well, so that kind of adds to the haphazardness of everything and the easy transfer to the eyelid when putting it on. So with the smaller wand, it really did make that easier, but this will be considered an empty as well. Another product that I just continue to use time and time again is the NYX Thicket and Stick It Thickening Brow Mascara, and I have mine in the shade Espresso. This I really do enjoy. I can definitely tell that it is starting to get to the end of its life because there's just not as much in the tube anymore, and I'm like having to kind of compress it to put it in to get any sort of payoff from it. This will go into my next one as well, just so I can truly say that I finished it up, but I have a feeling it will probably be finished before the month is over. Here, oh goodness, look at all the fingerprints. This is REM Beauty, so this is Ariana Grande's makeup line, the highlighter in Miss Mercury. This is what she looks like. Let's see if I can do it without blinding you. So you got some usage out of it. It is a really pretty highlighter. I'm glad that I got to try it out. I like how it's buildable because you can definitely do a lighter coat even to a more blinding coat. I am not one for a super blinding highlight, but it is something that I think you can achieve with this. And she does have like a lot of different shades in this range. For blush, I was using the MAC Blush Please in the Glow Play blush. So it's a very mauve-y type of tone. You can see that. I honestly think this is, I think the ColourPop Super Shock blushes are way better than this, and super like cheaper than this as well. I should say less expensive than this. So if you were thinking about doing the MAC Glow Play blushes, because it is kind of like a putty formula. I mean, if you can tell, it is putty-like. So it reminds me a lot of the Super Shock shadows, and I think you could probably find a color that's pretty comparable to this. So I would recommend ColourPop over this one. Yet this one is in the upcoming Ulta sale that is going on right now. I can share a reels that I have just kind of going over each of the things. And if this is something that you've been wanting to try out, try to get it on 50% off. So yeah, but I would still go with ColourPop. Speaking of ColourPop, this is their bronzer in Get Sandy. I believe this is the lightest color. This is a Super Shock bronzer, a matte one. And so as you can see, it's kind of the same size as all the other Super Shocks. And what I appreciate about these is that you can hit pan pretty darn quickly in these. So again, I've been using this for about a month, and this is what we got. I think it's a really pretty neutral shade. Neutral, warm leaning, but not like super warm. Again, I do have like a fair to light skin tone with neutral to cool leaning undertones. So this one was really pretty. I used a more dense brush with it to get extra payoff, but it's one of those that you could use a fluffy brush, and really I think it has really great payoff, and it's one of those that you can't overdo. I don't know. I feel like it worked really well. No matter how much or how little I put on, it looked really good. So, but I will be rotating this out for something else. And then the last product is the Fenty Beauty, I don't even know what this is called. Oh, Toasted Swirl. This is a bronze shimmer powder in Chocolate Swiller. This is what it looks like. If you remember when I got this, it came busted, but basically it's kind of a bronzer highlighter duo. I truly wish that, because so many people were getting theirs broken, as you can see. I mean, this is pretty tame compared to some other people's that I've seen, but this is just like this, like the formula wise, very putty like. I wish they made this in this type of container. I think it would have traveled and shipped better, as well as this is so expensive. This was like $42, and it's pretty, but it's so not necessary. I would have loved to have gotten less product and paid less money for it. So I don't know, definitely not anything that you need. It is very pretty, but you can achieve that if you have a bronzer and highlighter in your collection already. So yeah. And then lastly, I think I might have said the Fenty was the last, but no, we have two palettes. So this is the ColourPop Clay It Cool palette. And if you haven't seen ColourPop, I actually recently did a video ranking the top 5 prettiest packaging. ColourPop definitely made the list. I will link it up above so you can see where it came out on my list. But this is the ColourPop Clay It Cool. So again, kind of these rosy, clayish colors. This one is a, what am I trying to say? Cream eyeshadow. I wish they had like the little toppers like the Patrick Ta one does, because you definitely, if it gets swallowed, it's gonna end up in there. But as you can see, I pretty much used all the shades at least a few times. So this made some pretty eye looks. And then my very last palette that I was using was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. And this is what it looks like inside. So again, I definitely got use out of a lot of the shadows. These two, this Paloma and Wisteria, they're very lightly pressed. So I was actually surprised that I didn't hit pan on this. Today I'm actually wearing Wisteria all over my eyelid. Really pretty colors. I did notice it kind of seems like, I don't know, like I kind of just kept ending up with the same eye look with it. I wish they would have had, maybe if like Metro was a different color, like because you have Fleur and Metro and they're kind of both like warm tone browns or clays. If they would have put in something else to kind of like maybe even a darker purple, something like that. But I felt like the eye looks kind of kept turning out the same. Either way, really happy to have this in my collection. I thought it was really pretty. So now let's go pick out September's. Alrighty, so these are the 3 that are going to be carrying over from August into September. And so now let's see what I picked out all new. So as far as primer, I'm actually using this Dominique Blur Moisture and Serum Primer. I'm pretty sure this came in one of my either Box Charms or Allure Beauty box, which I can link up in the corner, my playlist for that. And so it's just this nice little pump top serum primer that I've actually been skipping moisturizer in the morning because I was thinking that might have a lot to do with some of my makeup not staying very well. So I've just been using this as a moisturizer as well. And then to kind of achieve the same effect as that Kaja kind of glow, I've been using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewinder Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup in the shade 01 or Light. They basically say it can be a primer, a foundation, a concealer, a highlighter. I don't see the foundation or concealer part of it, but I have been using it as a primer, and I am using it somewhat as a highlighter as well. So yeah, my goal is to finish this bad boy up. And then as far as a PM moisturizer, I have been using this Maylove, the Plush Cream Featherweight Moisturizer. Super, very lightweight. Doesn't have a smell to it. I've only been using it the past few days, but it does seem really nice. I did receive a PR package from Maylove that I can link in the cards as well to see all the goodies that I got from them. So excited to, and this is the first time I've ever heard of them, first time I'm using them, so it is kind of exciting to try something new. And the last skincare product I've been using is this Glow Recipe Strawberry Smooth BHA and AHA Salicylic Serum. What a mouthful. So it's actually this really pretty packaging, which again, this ranks in my top 5 pretty packaging, and it actually smells delightful too. Have a very faint scent of strawberry. This actually has been clearing out my skin so much. So yeah, I really do enjoy it, except you don't really get that much in it. I don't know if you can tell. I've only been using it for like a few weeks and it's halfway gone already. I use about 2 pumps every morning and every night, so maybe that's excessive on my part, but it has really been helping with my skin, so I do recommend this. So in conjunction with the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation, I'm also going to be using this Bare Minerals Original Loose foundation. This, I have my shade in Fairly Medium. So this is a mineral foundation, so kind of comes like that. I figured this would be helpful in, so I will be traveling to even humider, I mean, that is a word. I'm going to be traveling to New Orleans this month, so I know it's very humid there, and I'm already feel like I'm an oily mess here in Arizona with like barely any humidity. So I figure this might be a good way to mattify as well as still be luminous, because Bare Minerals, the original, even though it says it's matte, does it? I don't know. This is still pretty luminous while mattifying at the same time, if I remember it correctly. I haven't used it in quite some time, but we shall see. Another powder I'm going to be using is this Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighton Color Correcting Foundation. I have mine in the color Porcelain. Supposedly this can be used as a foundation. I have yet to try that, but I figured I could use it as a finishing powder as well. So we'll be giving that a go. This is definitely a targeted Instagram ad that I kept seeing from, was it Rose and Ben? They had an ad on Laura Geller with her using it, and I was like, okay, yes, gotta get it. So we'll see how well that stands up to. Let's see. Another concealer that I'm going to be going back to is the Kvd Concealer. I think this is the Good Apple. I have mine in Light 107. It says it's a lightweight full coverage concealer, so I do remember enjoying this last time that I used it. As far as bronzers, I'm going to be doing a combination of the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in Happy Soul, which I believe is their lightest color. Let's see. That is what it looks like. And then to top it, I've been waiting to, I don't know why I haven't put this on earlier ones, but this is actually a really great bronzer that I just haven't showcased yet. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer, and I have mine in, what shade? Fair? must be fair that I peeled off the sticker. So this is a that's the mirror. This is a very buttery bronzer. So I'm going to use that to set the powder bronzer. As far as blush, we're going to be using Pat McGrath's blush. What is this? Fabulous Flirtations in Sex Queen. What? Skin Fetish Design Blush Flirtatious. That is what it's called. So it's kind of this more like neutral toned little blush. So I figured that would go well with the palettes that I picked out, which you will see in just a minute. So yeah, that's blush. Picked out two different highlighters. One of them being the Melt Digital Blush in Illumination. Really pretty sugar skull detailing. Also in my top 5 ranking. So you have to see where that's at. And then the Odin's Eye Norns Mesmerizer Veil of Future. Yeah, I think that's what the shade is called, Veil of Future. But it's this really pretty kind of like marble toned highlighter. So I'm going to use that in conjunction with the Maybelline one as highlighter. Apparently I have a lot of highlighters lately. As for eyeshadow palettes, I figured it was time to use the 27 by Melt Cosmetics. This is a very fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it, palette. Has all the really pretty warm and cool tone browns. So I'm excited to use this, and then it would not be a fall without the ColourPop Gather Round Sisters, the first collaboration of Hocus Pocus with ColourPop, which in my humble opinion is the better one of the two. The second one just seemed too childlike, if I will. Like, I liked, this is more of the adult version of Hocus Pocus, but this is what it looks like, and I felt was very complimentary to the Melt palette as well, kind of adding in more of the plum tones, some green tones in there as well. I love the artwork on it too. So that is what we have for September's Shop My Stash. So again, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Let me know if you've tried any of these items before. Do you like them? Do you hate them? I always appreciate you sharing your opinions in the comments as well. And if this is something that you enjoyed, I also do more, different beauty content as well as reselling content, which are two of my favorite things right now. So please consider subscribing before you go, and make sure you like this video as well, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.